The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Long before the sects divided, there was the enveloping darkness. It was in this dark humanity learned to trust the light, to run from shadows, and most importantly, to fear.
Brutality and superstition walked hand in hand in this dark time, but also hope. Hope that the heroes of this age could hold back the monsters and illuminate the path through the shadows.
The children of Cain are no different. Some run from the shadows, some turn to the light, and some become the monsters of legend passed down from one hearth to another.
Their story is one of loss, one of struggle, and one of death. For what can survive in the wake of those that cannot die?
This is what it means to be a myth made flesh. This is what it means to be a vampire in the Dark Ages.
Welcome to our Vampire Dark Ages stream. We here at McStabber Studios understand that some of the subjects that come up during this chronicle are problematic by modern standards. Our goal is to handle these kinds of situations in a manner that does not directly or indirectly glorify these kinds of actions. While we understand that we are playing in a world of monsters, that does not mean we must be the monsters ourselves. Please also be aware, none of our cast are experts in history. That means there will be some deviations between the real world timeline and the vampiric world. You can go ahead and chalk that up to the Cainite influence on the mortals around them. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy our story. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to McStabber Studios' Vampire Dark Ages Glimpses of History. I wish y'all could have heard the shit going down in Zoom before this. Y'all just, missed too much.
They don't even know.
They don't even know.
No.
They don't even know.
Don't even know. I'm, of course, the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber, and I am playing the La Sombra known as Saint Olga of Kiev, Blessed Princess, equal to the Apostles.
I'm just Junie Von Esch playing Peregrine McSullivan, who's supposed to be a toreador, but really is an Assamite, and I got no other fancy names unlike these La Sombras.
And hi, I'm Maddox, and I'm playing Snatcher of Clan Nosferatu, also without fancy title.
Hello, everybody. I'm the Ravnos Archon. I'm going to spare you the fancy titles and just say that I'm playing Agustin de la Cruz, also of Clan La Sombra.
So, when we were last with this group of Cainites, it was the year 1314. They had taken a trip to go pick up one Goratrix, Tremere, of House Tremere, which, sounds odd, but that's how he would be introduced. And, well, they had a nice discussion with him. I don't think they enjoyed the discussion. I think this group came off thinking he's a bit egotistical.
The hubris on that man needs its own zip code.
Probably valid.
Those haven't even been
Zip code.
invented yet.
No, he needs his own country. Actually, continent.
But as we left off, well, they'd had their discussion. And I think at this point they were taking the trip deeper into the Carpathian Mountains, the Transylvanian Alps, to, well, take him to Sioris, a place that even he warns them if they go to, they'll never return. Now, I know we had a good conversation last time Is there a lot of conversations you all want to have with Goratrix, or?
Has Goratrix tried to run?
No, he has not tried. He's apparently keeping true to his word that he is, for the first few days, I know you're watching him close, he's been a model, I want to say prisoner, actually, but...
He kind of is, but you know.
I'd like to think I also have a couple rats on detail to keep an eye on him when I can't. So there's always someone's eyes on him, and they're told, alert me the second he does anything. I don't care if it's a false alarm.
Olga will actually want to have a conversation with Snatcher.
Well, you're about 3 nights out. You know you've got a few more days to go. The wind is rough. I mean, at least it's not snowing, but constant storms or wind or cold weather, it'll go from cold to hot to cold again. Something is really messing this land up. Earthquakes. You're getting earthquakes daily. Hopefully it doesn't cause any of the passes to collapse ahead of you. But if you wish to have a conversation with Snatcher, I'm sure you can find a spot suitably distant from the camp where you might feel safe to talk.
I would apologize, Snatcher, for making fun while you have a crush on the Romani woman, but I will not because it is hilarious. But
I did not take your jests as any more than that.
it is merely just teasing. It's only because I like you. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't tease.
And the first love is always the most embarrassing.
Of course it is, but it is also the biggest lesson you will ever learn. And I hope you enjoy the experience. Truly, though, I wish to speak with you because, as much as I hate to admit it, Goratrix is probably right. About if we go into Sidoris, we may not come out, but especially you.
Unfortunately, there's been several parts of this trip where I have realized, much to my chagrin, that Goratrix is right on many fronts. I agree with you.
When we get closer, I would like for you to stay with the party outside of Sioris. Do not approach, do not enter. You will be what is left to return if we do not come out.
If possible, I'll try my best to be unseen by Sioris as well. I don't care how close or how far I get. Something tells me they'll be looking out for me.
Of course. But we are about 3 days out. I imagine we can get just a little closer before you hang back.
May I get your word on something, then?
What is it?
Make sure that the favor for Zelios is done.
Absolutely. I will ensure that Gwen takes care of it. She is both a scribe and is able to hide herself much as you do.
And she is not hunted like a delicious morsel the way my clan is.
Exactly.
But who knows? I'm sure the Tremere will screw over the Assamites the same as they have messed with everyone, given enough time.
I won't doubt it. I won't doubt it. Their hubris. It will lead them many places, but it will eventually be their undoing.
To carry around something so staggering is often unbalanced.
Exactly. Very well. Is there anything else?
Augustine keeps checking on the locket.
Give me a willpower roll, Olga, please.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
Welcome to the party.
Snatcher didn't do it on purpose, but he knows who he's talking to.
So glad I did not roll a Sombra.
You kidding? 2 is enough.
I know.
Shit, I got 5.
Okay.
I got Will of Steel, baby.
Okay. Continue. The difficulty goes up each time, but
I'm sure, but eventually it will.
the margin is going to go up. It goes up each time. So, but you're good tonight.
Okay. Really?
Night.
He's only asked to see it once, and I wouldn't have allowed him to see it again. He doesn't know that, of course. And it would be the same with you if you started asking as well.
I have no desire. It
It's not-
is interesting, but I have no desire. It is very unusual, and it makes me a little bit weary. It makes me hesitant, because if it can take my younger brother and make him borderline obsessed with it, there is something attached to that is beyond just what I could see. There is something attached to it that is meant to draw members of my clan into it, to possess it, to wear it, to use it. And that makes me very suspicious.
Something that enthusiastically wants to be used is often
Exactly.
detrimental to the user.
Exactly. Why is it doing it? Who made it to do so? That is important to know.
Storyteller, I've been checking that locket far away from everyone else, but I will occasionally just go and open it just to make sure that it's still empty.
It is still empty.
Okay.
And likely,
That's another thing is Snatcher is not sure about.
does he tell her any of that?
Yes.
Okay. So once she processes that, I bet you it will never do it in your possession.
That's more of a relief than anything else.
I would be willing to place a wager that it requires one of my clan to fully activate it.
Do not share this with your younger brother, but
Oh, there's many things I do not share with my younger brother.
I have no intention of letting it leave my possession.
Fair.
It is a part of my collection, after all.
Of course, of course. And of course, if you were to part with it, you would have to be paid well for it,
Indeed, with something of equal or greater value.
or equal or greater interest.
Precisely.
I understand you, Snatcher. But yes, thank you for letting me know. I will try to keep little brother busy so that he is distracted from it as best as possible.
Once we get back to the city, I have much better hiding places than my person, of course.
Of course. Of course.
But if it comes to it, I have witnessed addiction in many forms, and I will do what I can to keep him separate from it. And if you start to show similar signs, I will do the same for you.
Thank you, Snatcher. I tend to like to keep my mind my own.
Let us go back to dealing with that fucking and I don't even finish my sentence as I storm
She
back
puts
towards
her
the
arm
camp.
through his and they walk back.
As you two are walking back, Augustine, one of the guards rides up to you and Peregrine. Nikolai. Our scouts went out. We found something, my lord, that might be of interest. It is something different, for sure.
Very well.
There are some corpses in the road ahead.
Corpses. Take us to them.
Yes, my lord. And he takes you. Well, you actually get on some horses and ride up ahead. You pass Olga and Snatcher on the way because they stepped out of camp.
They will wave and hail you. What
They
is...
found corpses on the road.
Really?
What? Yeah, I'm immediately redirecting to go with them if that's the
Yeah.
case. That's weird as shit.
And you
I'll
all-
hold out my hand to lift one of them onto the horse with me.
I will ride with Augustine.
Peregrine will help Snatcher onto hers.
Thankfully, your horses, these are your horses. You've had them a while. They are definitely used to at least you all's presence.
Well, it's not like Olga's offensive to them anyway.
Yes, but many of the others are not normally.
She's fortunate. She doesn't even need animalism. Animals just don't give a fuck.
No, they don't.
But as you ride a little further down the road, you come upon, well, the ground, it's cold. It hasn't rained today. But the ground is muddy with blood. 6 different bodies are strewn all about this section of the road, torn apart.
Are they ours?
No.
Or... Okay, so they
They
don't
all
have our
appear to be
colors.
human.
At least they're not our scouts.
Oh, my lord, looking at it, I don't know what did this. These people were torn asunder by creatures. Look at the claw marks in the skin. Look at how they've been ripped. Arms removed.
I'm going to look a little closer with Gwen, I'm sure, because I'm sure Gwen is like inspecting.
She has heightened senses because see better at night.
Senses, but I'm going to kind of look at it too. Not that I have necessarily any kind of true specialty with, biology or any of this shit, but I've seen wounds, and I've seen war wounds, I've seen hunting wounds, I've seen wounds. So I'm going to take a look at it.
Okay.
No, yeah, Gwen's trying to figure out what it was.
It's obvious not a sword. The rents are very large and deep. Whatever claws they were they are giant, sharp claws. Gwen, please give me, though, intelligence occult. If Olga has any occult, go ahead and roll some occult, too, with intelligence occult.
I do. I have 3 in occult.
And occult's way less niche of a skill in the Dark Ages versus
Isn't it?
modern time.
Yeah. Are they placed, or are they just kind of like they fell where they were
They
mauled?
appear, some of them, based on where they are, may have been thrown bodily to their landing position. One of them's impaled on some tree limbs. So, but Augustine and Snatcher, since they're looking at the bodies, you can give me either perception awareness or perception alertness. Pick one. 2, 4, okay.
Would you maybe allow perception investigation as an alternative
I will
as well?
let that go as well.
That's just the angle I think Snatcher would take on this one.
Does detect weakness come into play?
I don't think for this one. Come on, the weakness.
Okay.
The weakness
Eyes in the
is
back.
that they were not immune to some sort of massive claws.
To werewolf
Eyes in the
claws?
back of my head?
No.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go with alertness. See what I get.
2 for
6 successes.
Olga. 4
One
for
success.
Curtis, 1
Jesus
for
Christ.
Snatcher. Okay, you didn't see shit.
I got 6 with alertness.
6. You noticed Augustine high up in some of the trees and scattered at a distance. It's not right next to it. Now you're in the mountains at this point, so you had to look at some of the few trees that are there, but some of the rocks higher up looked like they were struck by either fire or something scorched the rocks in odd places. And it is recent scorches. With the wind and rain you've been having, it would have washed off any scorch marks. The soot would have been long gone. So this would have had to have happened. You had 6 within the past 24 hours. That's the last time it rained was over a day ago. So, Peregrine, you find one of them has a clasp that was holding a cloak closed that is some sort of symbol that you don't recognize.
Can I pick it?
Yeah, you can take it right off. It's a clasp that held it together. It was just pinned together. It's one of the, a brooch that holds your cloak closed.
Yep, she'll take it.
Okay.
I'll hop down, come over to Gwen, and point at the scorch marks. Do you see anything better with your abilities?
She'll take a look.
With heightened senses, yeah.
Some of them look like a large fire hit it. Some of them, looking closely at it, it looks like something very small hit it, but whatever it was caused still a lot of heat wherever it impacted. The tree kind of reminds you of when lightning struck something.
She'll describe all of that to him.
Yes, and we know who else has command of lightning.
You do.
I imagine these were some kind of hunters? And they were fought off. These claws, the claw marks, do they seem similar to the size of the fucking gargoyle we saw?
Well, now that you mention it, yes, they do.
Yes, these Tremere and their gargoyles took them out.
And they couldn't have thought to even have the basic courtesy of clearing the goddamn path.
A voice calls from the darkness behind you. Actually, I believe those were mages. Goratrix steps out. Nobody guarded him. He just followed y'all from the camp.
Because we're not. If he's willingly coming, we're not.
Yeah, he followed y'all from the camp. Took him a little bit longer to get here. Those were probably mages.
I figured.
What's this? What's this from? The clasp.
He goes over and looks at it. House Tremere. That is Etrius's personal symbol.
Interesting. She'll just hold on to it.
These would be his.
All is not well in the House of Tremere, huh?
Him and I are not friends. And I would suspect he is worried that I may be able to convince our master to go lenient on me and sought to solve the problem himself.
Yes, those honey lips. Uh-huh.
I was his favorite for a long time.
Snatcher, do you, and I hate to ask this of you because I know how it bothers you, but can you see anyone that can validify this story?
I'll do a scan. Are there any ghosts, storyteller? It looks like it's a violent enough death. There's a chance.
Perception awareness. Why not?
Sure. Eyes in the back of my head?
Sure, I will let you have that one.
Okay. What the fuck is my awareness?
You can have that one.
Goratrix is now looking over the bodies.
Good. While he's distracted, I'm going to do Koldunic sorcery.
God, my dice fucking hate me tonight. 2 successes.
No, you're not finding any ghosts with 2 successes.
Snatcher just shakes his head at you like, nope, not seeing anything. Does not mean they're not here. Just means that there's none that are easy to see.
You're doing Koldunic sorcery. What are you doing, Koldunic sorcery?
I'm going to do the genus loci just to see if I can find anything.
Try to sense the area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there might be something fighting against me. Who knows?
So that's
such a broken fucking ability.
Let me pull these up. Hang on. There we go. I know there's a roll involved.
Yes, it is. Charisma is the governing attribute.
Yeah, to convince the land to tell you.
Yeah.
Yep. So, charisma and probably perception, I would think.
Hang on, let me look.
I've got it pulled up. I'm having trouble seeing tonight because my scar tissue in my eyes are acting up.
Plus occult.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah, scar tissue in my eyes acting up. Everything's blurry tonight.
I'm going to step up to Goratrix. These were ghouls, I take it, or were these just expendable members of your house?
We don't have a lot of ghouls because, unfortunately, due to the nature of the magics, I can tell when someone is under some sort of influence. I would expect these are just other house members sent.
I spent a willpower to reroll.
So you got 4 successes?
Yep, I got 4.
And you're searching just the area around you?
Yeah. Just want to see if there's anything still lurking about.
There's nothing lurking about, though. As you reach out to the land in this place, this is not your home. This is not where you normally are.
She expects resistance.
Waves of anger, violence, pain, all wash through you. I mean, it's you can feel it. But you also feel the land reveled in the bloodshed. It enjoyed this murders here. And you can confirm it would have been probably this battle occurred about 2 hours before dusk. They would have been, had they not been taken, probably in a position to hit you during daylight.
Yes. It's a good thing you have friends, Goratrix.
But how did that happen if the gargoyles are vampires at night?
Maybe they can travel during the day. And she just says, it's a good thing you have friends, Goratrix.
I would imagine. The Mistress of Gargoyles. As I said, we are friends.
Exactly.
I don't think she wanted me to be.
They would have been able to intercept us during the day. Otherwise.
They must have been delayed for something else. Our servants don't travel during the day.
They don't.
No. That appears to be gargoyle wounds.
It does.
Goratrix, could you tell that it was mages by some sight or experience that you have, or are there tells that anyone can look for?
There's still a residue of the magics they unleashed. Barely here. But if you are trained, you can pick it up. Most of the time you'll never see it, but they unleashed quite a bit here.
Goratrix, to you, how many of your servants did this?
They came upon him in surprise. 2.
2. Could
If
do
they
this.
knew that it was coming. 6. When you have surprise against a mage, they have no defense.
Noted.
The warrior group of our servants are fast and strong. It is possible they found a way to at least temporarily shield them from the daylight, or this was an ambush. We have a number of servants that have gotten very good at moving through solid ground.
That would be something from the gangrel, then.
Yes, the beasts. We picked the forms we did for reasons. We picked the ones we used to make them for reasons. Your clan, I believe, are our scouts.
From what I've heard, all of the gargoyles are a mixture of various bloods.
Yes, but there's only one that is dominant normally.
Do you get to pick, or is it by chance?
There is a process.
It is by design.
Mm-hmm. Of course it is.
You should have seen their first attempts.
I'd rather not.
Little bigger than house cats. Dragging themselves on the floor with mouths.
Snatcher's gonna walk away before he frenzies.
Yeah.
Good call.
Good call.
Very good call. It's almost like he's tweaking your nose a little.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he's been doing it the whole fucking trip. Why would he stop now?
Yeah.
Unk, prick, douchewad.
You know, do you get satisfaction being an asshole? Or is it just something that just comes naturally to you?
You are marching me to my possible death.
Not because we want to.
Does that make it better?
No, but it doesn't make it worse, does it?
No, but it's the same thing.
And we are to pity you?
No.
We are to placate you?
Nope. But I'm allowed my little games.
Of course. Of course.
Did I hear this small conversation, storyteller?
Oh, you probably
you think you've gotten far enough away?
You haven't gotten far
Okay.
enough away. Literally, Elena's like, you fucking cunt.
Snatcher, without turning around, will just shout back, "You'll survive. None of us are so damn lucky."
So that is that.
My survival has yet to be seen.
Yes, well, if you are half as cunning as you like to state, or you are half as powerful as you think you are, your survival has a better chance than none, yes?
You still don't understand what you're going up
Oh,
against.
no, I pretty much understand.
Tremere is a god in moving form. no amount of power I have has a chance to stand against him.
If
And
you
you
would like to
helped
take a
make him.
break, you did. You did do that. But if you would like to take a break from your games, help me clear the road.
Stand back.
Oh,
And he takes and first he sparks a little fire, pulls out a flint steel and sparks just a tiny little spark of a fire. And then he concentrates. And the fire flares up, erupting across the whole road, burning the corpses to ash. He doesn't even seem to be straining hard.
that's one way to do it.
You said you wanted it cleared.
Thatcher hates to admit it, but he was watching the whole time.
And the fire rages for a minute or two, and then it just kind of suddenly just peters out.
Your sorcery is useful. I'll give you that, Goratrix. Come back to the camp.
Of course. And he follows right along with you.
When we get back to the camp, I want to have a small conversation with Augustine.
Of course, you can.
Brother,
Senora.
I have grave concerns.
About Goratrix?
No.
Oh.
He is nothing but an idiot man.
You are surrounded by them.
I am, much to my dismay. However, I have already advised Snatcher to stay behind,
Good.
to not enter, because I know what they would do to him.
With no hesitation.
Not even a batting of an eye. I know, I have my ways of knowing things. I know you kept a piece of the mirror.
True.
I would like to see it.
For that, we will need to include Snatcher in this conversation. Then I had given it to him to hold. With the locket's supernatural pull, I thought it best that I not have anything in regards to the abyss.
That is
on my
probably
person.
wise. Please understand I'm going to keep you busy to keep your mind off of said locket,
Of course.
because it is controlling you in a way that you should not allow it.
Correct. Although I did come to a thought that I was going to ask Gwen if she still has the star metal blade. I think it might be a last resort to destroy the locket.
Perhaps. Either way, I care not about the locket. Gwen, if you are listening in, which I'm sure you are, please send Snatcher our way.
The time she expects me to listen, I'm not listening.
No,
You stand there a few minutes and no Snatcher.
Okay, then she wasn't listening in. Imagine that. Okay, let's go find Snatcher.
I'm offended.
And don't be offended. It's fucking true.
Yeah. Never seen a spy like that.
I mean, Gwen is a nosy bitch, and Olga accepts this. Okay.
I mean, I think right now she'd be talking to Snatcher to make sure he's okay and everything.
Well, then
You also,
Snatcher
you
and,
also see
Gwen?
Snatcher. Snatcher has a rat on his shoulder that he also occasionally includes in their conversation. Like, yes, of course, he's absolutely that bitch. We all know it.
No, he's not. He's not a bitch. He's a cunt. He's not even worth a whole bitch.
No, those are something
no.
you.
No, really. I mean, he's getting fucked by Tremere if you're really thinking about it. He's just laying there, legs spread all open, and, he's just getting pounded.
I wish we weren't also getting splashed on the sidelines, but...
Look, I agree with this, but at the same time, look, if he does anything to you, for a fact, I'll try and get something out of him. Actually, no, I don't want anything out of him. I want him dust. I just want him dusted.
If he manages to do anything to me, you have the perfect inroad to a certain group that loves to kill things.
Oh, I always like to kill things. I spent, 500 years doing that.
I'd also remember you, you didn't mention, but I gleaned something about a web of knives.
There's certain things underneath my skirt. You don't need to tell everyone.
What's this about underskirts?
An unfounded rumor of the clan that I have yet to discern if it's true or not.
Well.
I am hurt if you are looking for love advice and you have not come to me, my friend.
Snatcher, my brother has informed me he gave you a bit of reflecting glass.
Indeed.
I would like to see it, please.
Snatcher takes off his left boot, shakes it out over his hand, and a shard of glass tumbles into it. And then he puts his boot back on. And he delicately hands it over.
When you hold
I've checked that.
it is solid black.
She just stares at it.
Solid black. Not a bit of silver on it.
Really? Really? She pokes at it.
Your fingers leave ripples.
Okay.
I
On the
take
mirror.
a couple steps away from her.
She pokes at
That is not how you use a mirror. You understand these, Dama Olga.
As you poke it a bunch of
like
times,
knocking on a door. She's
it
like,
slowly,
tap.
as the ripples move, eventually, with one last ripple, all the black fades and it's back to a silver mirror.
Does she see anything in it?
No, not even herself.
Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Motherfucker. Well, I guess that isn't going to work. And she hands it back.
And Snatcher will take it, close both his fists for some reason, and then open, and they're gone.
That's fine. I had a thought of possibly an escape option.
What? Through the abyss?
Yeah.
I'd rather die.
I mean,
Yeah, wasn't that exactly great the first time we went through it?
no, but we know someone, and if we work favors, we might be able to get something.
I think
Just
that
you
one will
guys can't open
only...
up a portal.
And I would assume that one only works in times of desperation and not preparatory.
Yes, well,
Would be a stretch.
it would, but I figured at nothing else it might be a way out of the hellhole we are walking into.
Well, you all are walking into. I'm staying
You're
on the
not, you're staying
fringes.
behind.
Correct.
Gwen, you will need to do the inscription discreetly, because I will not have Snatcher in their clutches.
Wasn't thinking about it at all. To have
She's
him
g-
go there, he might well say, "Hi, I'm here. Here's a free piece of candy."
Yes, exactly.
Yes, it would have been the same if Miguel was here with us, too.
Exactly. I am
Aye.
glad he stayed behind.
All right, I'll do my sneaky sneak. No worries.
If I'm unavailable, I trust you to be able to accomplish it.
I mean, it's a symbol, and I remember the symbol, and I write all the time, so it's nothing odd for me.
We're just going to deface a fortress. It's fine.
Ugh! To say it for good, and it's written beautiful art.
Exactly.
Wink.
Exactly.
Can't tell me that I don't know my own clan.
All right, then. Well, he has cleared the road at least, so we can get moving.
Oh, so he did all of his fancy mage powers to help us now, did he?
Mm-hmm. And I know
It
you
was
were paying
actually-
attention.
It was actually quite interesting. No effort,
Eh?
just flames, which Canaanites I vehemently believe should not be able to control.
Correct.
He could not manifest them himself.
I did note that.
He had to create them and then control them.
Right. It's how you, in sorcery, you can't just do this and flames on your tip of your finger. You have to use a way to do it. I had to do it all the time when I was a sorcerer.
I understand.
The pits.
It
Yeah.
is interesting, though, that even with everything that has changed for them,
They downgraded.
that is what I was thinking. Because
They didn't
the
upgrade, they
mage I
downgraded.
knew, he could just make it manifest.
Oh, aye. He's actually downgraded himself into a blood sorcerer.
Yeah.
That's not true what he did.
Yeah.
Now, for him and all his, extreme infinite power, to thinking that he's all that's in a bag of, whatever kind of snack you want to think about, it's nothing more than just parlor tricks.
It's a little bit more than that. He is still able to do certain things, especially with natural elements.
Yes, but he can't do the grand things
No.
that the mages are known of doing.
No, we also haven't seen the extent of his power going.
We haven't. This was barely an inconvenience for him.
And I will admit, so far, the only thing we have seen mages do is leave a bunch of bodies around. Anyone can do that.
This
I
is
do
true.
that quite often. God, I miss doing that. Oh well.
And unfortunately, as far as Goratrix is concerned, while a lake is smaller than the ocean, it's still too much water for us to drink.
Exactly.
Snatcher, your other boot, could you shake it?
Brother, get your shit together.
I take it off, and the only thing that falls out is one single pebble. Oh, I didn't even realize that was in there. And I
Good.
put the boot back on.
I would just hate for you to have hidden the locket in your other boot. Like some...
Augustine, I never hide it in the same place night to night.
Good. Good.
Are you that hard on for the locket or what?
Yes, he
He's
is.
not disinterested in it.
Yes, he is.
It's understandable. I don't know if our other knight Canite seems to feel it at all, but one of them certainly does.
I occasionally get a bit of curiosity about it, but I am easily able to suppress it.
It seems to be more like something your clan made or somebody made for your clan.
It's something
get you-
someone made to manipulate our clan,
Yeah.
and
it
I
feels
do
like-
not like it one bit.
My assumption would be it was made by your clan to manipulate your clan.
I would not doubt that in the slightest.
Are there any ones
We are
older?
some assholes. Yes.
Are there any ones older than your sire who
Oh, yes.
might be able to create such a thing?
I'm certain. I am certain. Unlike the Tremere, we can actually trace back to an antediluvian.
Ooh.
Technically, they can. There's just a meal
No,
in
he
between.
was not there before the flood.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, where is my
you mean
shot?
it's
He
that
will
way.
never be an antediluvian. He may be powerful. He may have stolen everything from an antediluvian, but he is never going to be an antediluvian.
This is true.
Mm. I can only imagine how pissed off the Salubri are.
I've never met one. I wouldn't even know
Unless
their
it was their
opinions.
machinations that led to all this shit anyway.
That's true.
Storyteller,
you hear
have
Goratrix speak, because you are doing this back in camp.
Oh, yes, we are. Fuck it. He
Yeah,
can hear
fuck it.
this.
if he's
The
allowed to
shade.
insult us publicly, we're allowed to insult him publicly. God damn
You
it!
know he smiled when he was eating.
He planned it. I bet you.
He wanted that release.
You think that? You think that? A mage usurped a god. Do you think that?
Now he is a god. Yes.
What if it is not the mage anymore?
Oh. Oh, he is.
You think?
Goratrix, there is an act amongst our people that comes with grave consequences.
Yes.
I hope that you learn about them soon enough.
Is that the eating of a soul?
Yes.
As many describe it.
Tremere explained it.
Amaranth is what it's known as.
It violates some laws, but it is hand-waved in certain situations.
If you are not strong, you might become a new vessel for an old persona.
Exactly.
Then I guess I'll be strong, won't I?
Or don't eat old ones.
Oh my goodness. No, Snatcha. Literally. I look at Gorgs, I say, I hope you can.
You talk all this. And I can tell you, right now, as we stand here, for all your age, my power vastly dwarfs yours. You are a speck of dust compared to what I can do now.
I will remember that centuries from now.
Please do.
One thing you'll come to appreciate about our existence, Goratrix, is that power is a matter of cultivation. If you can grow it and sustain it, anyone can be powerful.
Snatcher, please don't give away all the secrets.
Oh, he knows. That's not secret information.
But I don't care about your power. I don't care about your knowledge. All I care about is getting this damn job done.
Well, we have 3 days then, don't we?
We do.
Sorry, if the wind stopped blowing, because I'd really like to have better conversations.
Oh, no. The wind is still going.
No, we're talking about the wind bag.
No,
the wind bag.
He wanders back off.
Okay.
You know he can hear you, though.
Of course.
Yeah, he goes to pout and suck his godly thumb. We get it.
He likes to
he
likes to throw sticks into the fire to watch him go pop for some reason.
Yeah, of course he does.
No.
So do you all settle in for the night?
Yes.
After making sure I have my rats do a quick patrol of the area, too. We're getting real into the deep shit now.
The only thing is, briefly, during a break in the clouds, you do see the silhouette of something large flying off in the distance. But that's it. Something you've seen before. At a distance. And close up, actually. So as the day comes, your group sets off once again. And as the power of the daylight fades and you begin to wake at night, you're immediately met by Nikolai again. We are in Alciditz. 2 of our horses struck a lane. We had to put them down. We have to stop here and procure more horses. There is an inn. The Inn of the Leaping Stag you can stay at tonight while we barter for horses.
Olga actually approaches and says, are there any more inns along the way, or is this the final one?
You asked Nikolai?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more. Given the travel here, we'll probably hit another one in another night on the way.
All right. She's thinking about where to drop off Snatcher.
Yeah.
As close as I can be without being close.
In it, yeah.
And Goratrix just sits there. Oh, you'll hit another village tomorrow. Depending on your speed, you may hit a third on the third night. But that will be well into our lands.
Yes. Thank you for that. And she goes and her and Augustine go in to procure rooms.
And as you go up to the inn, there's a large number of horses out front. Very nice beasts, actually. You see them being led into the stable.
Mm-hmm.
These are not draft horses. They're not plow horses. There are war horses being led into the barn.
Actually, she's going to tell Augustine, Augustine, go procure the rooms. I'm going to go ask about those horses.
Of course.
Augustine, when you step into the room, there's about a half dozen.
I'm immediately turning on awe right as I open the door.
When you walk in, there's a half dozen knights of the Teutonic Order sitting at a table in the back.
My order or the actual order?
Teutonic Order. Red cross emblazoned on their chest.
Okay.
Big roaring fire going. They're close to it. And their eyes watch you. But they don't seem to, our guards are obviously nervous and on guard, but they don't make a move or anything.
Okay. I'm also blush of life and get hungrier.
Okay.
I don't trust the Red Cross.
That's a good point. Innkeeper. Good sir, can I help you?
We have unfortunately lost two of our horses. We are traveling in a caravan and we would like to spend the night if you have the room.
Oh, we have several rooms available. How many rooms do you need?
I will take all of them.
Aside from our guests here tonight, we don't have any others, so I can give you 7 rooms.
Perfect. I will tell my men that they have space to put their feet up for the night.
Well, thank you. And you negotiate a price, and he welcomes you to the Leaping Stag.
Yeah.
Olga, when you go out to ask about the horses, you are told they are property of some knights inside, and you'll have to speak to them if you wish to get their horses. Now, if you're looking for other horses,
yes, she will look at the overall horses, even those that are for sale. Just to see their quality.
There are several draft horses. They're good for, in the mountains. They're handy for pulling wagons for sure.
Mm-hmm. The horses that we lost, were they wagon pullers?
Yes.
Okay.
They actually ended up having to hook more of your riding horses.
Yeah, no.
To pull the wagons the rest of the way up.
Strain the riding horses.
Yeah.
So she's going to look and say, how many of the draft horses are available?
We can, it depends. Look, this is a time of year where there's a high price on horses.
No, yes, we can discuss that, but how many do you have?
It all depends on how much you're willing to spend. I'm sure we could spare 3 or 4 of them.
Let me look at my abilities.
I mean, Augustine got the all broke down to get all the rooms into place without, them even wanting to hold an extra.
I'm legit going to use command.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, I will take 3 and I will give him a price for it. And I will not pay a single sovereign more.
He's not going to argue, that's for sure. But.
And it is manipulation, intimidation.
Yep.
And I do have a specialty in manipulation for persuasion.
Yep. You're going to roll mainly to see how much he remembers, of course. Actually, it's manipulation, intimidation for command.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Manipulation, intimidation.
But I have a specialty in manipulation for persuasion.
Okay. Go ahead. That just lets you, get 2 off your 10s.
I know this is too blunt for Olga, but I just picture just walking up to someone, looking at a thing you want as a K-Knight and just going, give.
Those are mine.
You give?
I can ask.
You give to me?
Oh, he's a present.
That is 5 successes.
5? Okay. You get it.
I got an exploding 10.
They don't do it. I didn't think this one does exploding, just you get doubles.
Nope. We do exploding 10s for specialty.
No, specialty, I thought, okay, we'll figure it out later. I get confused. We have so many damn different systems we have to run. Such a pain in the ass. Either way, that's more than enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So you negotiate some of the draft horses.
All right. So she'll basically let Nikolai know that she has procured 3 draft horses to ensure that we have 2 for the wagons and 1 spare.
And Augustine comes out saying he's got rooms for everybody. Gwen and Snatcher, you see Augustine come out. And Olga coming out of the barn.
I also do the high sign that we have come up with, where just like I touch my nose or something, where it's like, we need to talk.
Is your awe still up as you step out?
Oh yeah. I don't.
All right.
know how
So
to
whether
turn it
we
off.
like it or not, our attention is drawn to him.
Correct.
Hey, Mr. Sparkles. You want to drop the shining?
Oh, forgive me. I'd rather not because of what we have to talk about.
What is wrong,
Okay.
brother? I hear there are knights inside.
No, not just knights, but Teutonic knights.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming not yours.
No, this is the true Red
The ones
Cross.
that the Templars joined.
Correct.
I wonder if any of them are Bruja.
I did not stick around and create conversation, but this is why I would like to keep my strength up in case we do want to go in and create conversation.
Go for it.
If I may, Gortrix speaks. Did you say Teutonic Knights?
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
They're here for a reason.
No, really.
They're guarding something, and I think it's worth all of our lives to take it from them.
Sure.
You
Can I tell if
you heard about, I mentioned before, the treasures they had. We may gain more power than you can possibly believe. What would it be worth if you could remain immortal but walk in the sunlight again?
Who filled your head with this nonsense?
It's not nonsense. Those artifacts exist.
Yes, and it's not like you would let any of us have it. We know how greedy you are.
Look, we'll split it.
Right. I was born on a day, but that wasn't yesterday.
What they have could be the power to give us the ability to walk in the sunlight, to lay waste to our enemies, to command entire nations.
Then go
That's
take it,
even if they
Goratrix.
have it and they're not a scouting party.
Look, there are 5 of us. What are there, a
Hey.
dozen of them? Maybe a dozen and a half?
You don't know because you haven't sat down to listen to them.
Counted the horses.
You have absolutely no information.
Count the horses.
I did.
I'm counting shite.
I'd also love to roll some perception empathy. Is Gortrix legit like trying to pitch this to us, or is he
Go
just
ahead and roll.
talking?
Yes.
Like, is he just
Because
like
Olga ain't buying. She's seeing
Like-
him as like, y'all gonna be my bitches. Y'all gonna find this shit for me, and then I'm gonna take it from you.
Yeah.
He can
Oh,
go suck something he doesn't have.
Jesus? All right, I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time because this is ridiculous. I'm spending a fucking willpower.
Oh,
And there we have it.
there you go.
Sheesh. My
Big boy
dice
moves.
fucking hate me. Let's see if I
She
can get
just
at least
used the
one.
roller in inside
Foundry.
Foundry, because tonight it's been handing out some decent rolls once in a while.
It's been okay.
Mhm.
It's been okay.
And then how many dice can I re-roll for that?
3.
3.
Sorry, I don't do willpower stuff a lot, so I don't know.
It's 3.
Yeah. Up to 3.
Oh shit! Well, that's fucking beautiful. 5 successes.
That glint in his eye is pure greed and avarice.
Yeah.
He's quite serious. He wants to take what they have.
But he sure as shit ain't gonna split shit with us.
No.
They
Well-
may have the grail, the grail. Don't you know the legend behind it? One who drinks from the grail is immortal.
A group of Teutonic knights are very far away from where they were stationed before.
Yes.
And you expect them, the 12 or so that we have inside this inn, to be carrying around the Grail of Christ. This is
better
what I'm
place?
hearing.
And let me guess, you think it is made of gold and precious jewels.
Doesn't matter what it's made of. When I see it, I'll know whether it's real or not.
It's not the vaults in the Vatican, you dumb twit.
No,
Dear
no.
God.
No, I can tell you, they never had it. The Pope never got his hands on it. They kept it from them and took their relics out before we seized them all.
You know what, Gorchuk? How about this?
There's
How about
an easier
this?
way. There's an easier way. Go and Snatcher, please do your thing where you go away and check their horses.
Check their packs.
Check their packs. See what they have.
I was just going to say it was a bold move. He can just go and talk to him, and we can just all watch and observe and watch his ass get kicked.
Oh, no, this is beneath him. He is so
That's why he
much
wants
more
us
powerful than us.
Wait. If I seize them, they're mine then, right?
Of course, that's what you want anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean that you were going to let his body have it? Please.
I was sincere. I have not lied to you one time this trip. We can split what we find.
Sincerity
If
does
at
not equal
all.
gullibility.
All the same, now I'm curious, and I will.
I'm not.
I will.
Of course, Snatcher will, because he's like,
Okay.
what, treasure?
You gonna go look at
I was
their
like, oh,
horses?
collectibles, really? All
go
right,
and check
fine,
their
Gore
horses?
tricks, whatever. Yeah.
There's nothing left on the horses. They pulled most in, but you can see where on one of the horses, a good-sized lockbox was obviously being transported because the bag that it was in is misshapen. Now, let me get a perception investigation on you on it. To see
I don't
what you can
suppose-
judge by the box.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to let me try for wits investigation.
Sure, I
would
will
you?
let you do that instead. Go ahead.
'Cause- And does my wits specialty of valued targets
Sure,
happen
I
to
will let
help?
you have that one.
What a sneaky bitch this guy is. I'm going to go back into the inn and order around for the nights.
I will also go in, and I'm hoping Gwen will actually be invisible when she comes in so she can investigate some rooms.
Now, Augustine, when you go in, the 6 nights are there. 3 of them are not the same 3 you saw before.
Okay. Do all of them look pink? Like, are they?
Oh, yeah, they're alive.
Okay.
Snatcher, what'd you get?
9 successes with exploding 10s.
Okay.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
Looking closely. Whatever this box was, you suspect that's a lot of successes. It was a footed box of some kind. You think, based on the deformations, there was some sort of winged finger or winged figures. I can't talk. Winged figures on the top, 2 of them, with their wings touching tip to tip. How much of the Bible have you read?
Snatcher was raised Christian, so he knows enough.
It's got to be bullshit, but that is the description of the Ark of the Covenant's lid.
He's not even religious and he crosses himself. This is fucking creepy. And is there a way for me to get inside the inn without having to open the door?
Like a back entrance?
Yeah, or an open window, something.
There's no open windows. As bad as the weather is, an open window is a bad idea.
All right.
Even the doors
Fine,
are
if they're
closed because of the weather.
Cowards.
I mean, you want to go down the chimney with a fire in it, you could try that, but I don't advise it.
That's the worst way to rot Shrek. Can I just wait by a door until it opens and I have enough space to sneak in?
Sure, you can do that coming in through the back.
Because now I want to look. Now I want to look through the inside too.
One of the scullions, I'm sure, scullery maids, she'll come out at some point
right.
to throw something out.
And then when she does, I'll just slip next
right
to her
into the kitchen. Now,
And
for
then just
those of you
start.
inside, you buy a round for the Teutonic Knights. The drinks are brought over to them, and they just shake their head. And while you're watching, one of them gets up from the table, one of them that was there when you first came in, and he goes down the hall, and another guy comes out from down the hall and goes and sits at the table.
Oh, I motioned to the drinks that are there. Please, it is the least that I can do given the tumultuous events that have transpired against you and your brotherhood.
No. That's all they say. No. But they're watching you a little bit closer. And Goratrix has come in, and he's just looking at the fire right now.
Gwen will come in obfuscated.
Yeah,
and start
sit
going
down.
around looking.
You've traveled far? Yes?
But I'm just... Yeah.
Further still to go?
Yep.
Oh.
Brother, they obviously do not wish to speak.
Oh, I don't wish to make them uncomfortable.
Snatcher, as you're coming in the back, you see, you can get out of the kitchen area. It's not like it's got a door to the kitchen. It's an open entryway to come through. You see where the guards keep heading. I mean, every once in a while, one gets up, walks down the hall, another one comes out, joins them at the table. Different guys each time.
Do they look like they're able to pay attention to me at all?
No. Goratrix just kind of leans close. You said I can take it, right?
Wait, he leans close to me?
No,
or
to
them?
Augustine
Okay.
and Olga.
Just wait a moment. Patience is a virtue.
I was just thinking I'd burn this whole goddamn place to the ground and take what's in it.
Yes, well, do give it a moment. We are investigating.
I'm going to get up from the table. I meant no disrespect. I myself am father to a member of the knights that splintered off from your order, so I want to show my gratitude. Is all. I wish you a safe travels wherever they take you. I'm gonna look back at the drinks. Would you prefer food? May I feed you instead?
We are covered.
Of course.
Excuse me if I'm not a hospitable stranger. We've come a long way. We have a long way to go. We are not up for speaking.
You do not need to apologize, please. I could tell you my story if you'd like. Put you at ease.
We would rather our own company tonight.
Of course. Is it true? Before I leave, you have faced monsters on the road.
We've faced many things. It is a trying time, but our faith sustains us and will continue to sustain us.
Of course. And I do the sign of the cross.
And Olga does as well.
We came across some mutilated bodies on the road is all. I did not know if that was your handiwork or if you drove away the monsters before more damage could be done to the countryside.
No, we are traveling pilgrims.
Oh. Are you going to Constantinople?
This is not the road to Constantinople.
No, it is not. But if it is a pilgrimage, is there somewhere else of importance?
Nowhere that I am willing to discuss.
Of course.
I beg your forgiveness.
And she,
the Lord demands
she's
we keep
behaving
certain
very
secrets.
demurely because she's a woman. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And one of them gets up from the table and goes down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one I follow.
And as you get close and he opens the door, there are almost a dozen guys sitting in a room.
Yeah, Gwen's waiting for that door to open.
But
She's been
it's
sitting
gonna,
there.
if you're wanting to get in the room, it's going to be very tough because these rooms aren't that big, and almost a dozen people in the room is going to make it very tough not to bump into people. But you can see clearly they have got a chest on the floor that appears to be made of gold with winged cherubs on top sitting in the room.
Can I roll my occult, being that I also wrote
You
the
are
Bible and
big enough on
five-
religions, on all religions, because that is a thing that Gwen has done a lot of.
Yeah.
You know exactly what that description is of what's sitting in that room.
Do you feel anything from it, like true faith?
No, you do not feel any truth face coming from it. I will
That's
say
almost-
that. You would sense
What if
that.
can I scry the soul on it or no?
Go, you can roll. That is an interesting. I'll let you try.
On the Ark of the Covenant, oh my god.
And
Why not?
I'm kind of trying to get a sense of, I feel, because I recognize what true faith feels like. We've had,
Yeah.
a fucking mage in our city. Also, her sire has it. So I'm trying to see if I get a vibe off of these Templars.
You haven't felt any vibes of any of that feeling, that unease that you get from true faith? Not a bit of it.
I'm going to arouse my perception. Sweet.
So true faith is a rarity even in the Dark Ages.
It is, actually.
I'm going to make sure that my back is turned towards Goratrix at least, and then do one of the signs on my chest, but also at the same time kind of lean my head back like I am doing this to hide it from the person behind me.
The guy you were talking to looks at you a minute, and he also, you see him reach and he touches a finger to a ring he's wearing, but the way he touches it at the foot of the cross, you realize he's acknowledged your symbol. Sit, brother.
Thank you.
Would Gwen get 5? You sense nothing coming off it.
Okay, because that was after a difficulty of 8.
Yep. You sense nothing coming off it.
Can I?
But the people in the room are all mortal.
Oh, right. No. Can I tell if that's like a fake?
There's no way to really tell. You've never seen the real one. How would you know the difference?
Actually,
Well-
could I try and just appraise it from a monetary standpoint?
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's made of gold.
Yeah, but is it actual gold, or
Is
are
it
they
full-
just?
Yeah.
Is it something
Is it-
supernatural?
Is it,
Go ahead
is
and
it
roll.
plated? Is
Give me
it
wits
solid all
and
the
your
way through?
appraisal.
All that
Whatever
shit.
your appraisal skill. Give me that roll. I know you have one.
Appraisal, I think, would be.
Ledger domain.
Yeah, I knew you
well,
got
Ledger,
it.
Ledger Domain's all the pickpocketing
Oh.
shit.
You would need.
I thought you
Would be
had
s-
one for that.
I have my wit specialty, but I
That's
don't.
Seneschal, I think, wouldn't it be?
I thought Seneschal was like running port
The
and
house.
Yeah, it is.
logistics and
True,
stuff,
but I
isn't
wasn't
it?
sure.
Ledger domain,
Theology, maybe?
Finance?
finance would work. I'd even let you
Finance
go
would
ledger
probably do
domain
it.
because knowing what to steal
Yeah, ledger domain would be knowing what to steal.
is part of that.
Mhm.
Shit, all right.
Whatever you're
Yeah.
better at.
Yeah, I'd let you use
Commerce.
ledger domain.
Commerce, yeah.
Yeah, commerce would work.
But finance, I mean,
Oh, I do have a dot of commerce, but I'll do Ledger Domain if
Okay.
you're allowing it.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause
would
that-
because part of being a good thief is knowing what is worth stealing and what's
Yeah.
not.
That also gives
Can-
me 8 dice instead of 5.
Can I assist? Because I have 2 dots in,
You
in
can't talk to
commerce.
each other. You don't even see each other.
yeah.
We don't know that we're next to each other. God damn it!
Yeah.
You're just lucky I
Snitcher.
haven't made you roll to see if you bump into each other on accident. Though it would not reveal you to the rest of them, only to each other.
Right.
But
In
still,
which we'd giggle, but All right, let me roll.
We need to come up with a thing where if you're both gonna obfuscate, you need to like be in the same area so you can just kind of like touch each other.
I didn't know he was going to be obfuscated. I know he was following me. Communication is key, kids.
All right, 4 successes.
4 successes. First of all, I will tell you, the only way the sack they were carrying it in, the leather sack, because they'd have to protect it from the rain. First of all, it has to be heavy as fuck. You don't see any kind of the flaking you would expect if it was gilded, because if it's gold gilded with just gold leaf over it,
Off.
bits will get knocked off anytime it bumps something. That thing is heavy, extremely heavy. Your guess is it's gold.
I know that gold. I don't know about refined gold as the player, but I know that regular gold you can dent with your fingernail. Are there just like small scrapes and dents that I can see just from where I'm standing?
Yeah, small little nicks
All right,
in it.
so
Soft metal.
it fully looks like gold then. Wow, goddamn. Just gold, or is there other stuff on
Just
it
gold.
too? But it's intricately
Its
carved.
value for the gold alone
Is astronomical.
is silly.
And then the religious significance too on top of
If
it.
there's anything in it, we won't even go into that. The gold value alone would buy you several villages.
Yeah.
My mouth is watering, but I also know I can't single-handedly take something that heavy from 12 people when they're staring at it.
Think of all the help you can give your girlfriend and her people.
While you're staring
I
at
can
it,
help
watching
her
it,
anyways.
Augustine, Olga, who's not going to set with them because they're not going to invite a woman to set with
No,
them.
of course not. So she's going to entertain and keep Goratrix distracted.
A Goratrix, you can tell he keeps cutting his eyes at the fire. He really wants to burn this place down.
It may not be what you think it is. Wait.
Augustine, you sit down.
Yeah.
Long way from home, brother.
I am. But I have business here. Unfortunately, that has brought me this far.
Did you flee
Have
the
you-
order?
I did. I took some men with me that were faithful. There's one that is traveling with me now. Have you been safe? Do you need help?
There is a place in the Teutonic Knights for all of us that were falsely accused of heresy.
I
We
know.
are escorting a great treasure to the east to hide it.
Do you have a place in mind?
Yes, we do. We are but a few days' travel. In the morning, we'll be gone.
Good. Is it something powerful?
It is one of our holy relics. One that we have kept a guard on for centuries. Passed down. We found
You
it
have-
in the temple of
You have
Solomon.
men to protect it.
We have 16 of our knights with us. That should be
Oh.
more than enough to protect it.
Should be. Be warned, my friend. I hear that there are monsters about out here.
We've heard the same. We have a good amount of holy water with us, and the Lord will protect us, as they have so far.
Your swords are sharp. Your faith is true.
Our faith is our armor. The Lord has got us this far. The Lord will get us the rest of the way.
I pray he does.
I pray to you as well. I don't know what business has brought you here. This foul weather, this is unnatural. As if Lucifer himself has reached out into this God-forsaken land.
I have felt it, yes. If I can entrust you with a secret, I do not wish to put your men at harm, but motion. There is talk that the gentleman with my lady friend is a witch.
Then why have you endured his company? Why not get rid of him?
I
Have you found
have
proof.
I have no proof as of yet. I am not as skilled as I wish I could be. But I was told that someone at Seoris could prove to us without a shadow of a doubt that he is a witch.
I've not heard of this place. But if you suspect him of being the witch, why not just put him to the question? They all confess once you put them to the question.
Can I trust you to do this for me?
Fortunately, brother, the relic we guard is much more important. You must understand this is
Of course.
One of the only relics we could get safely out.
No, I understand. I wish we could help each other.
I think our path leads different ways. The Lord has a journey in mind for both of us. But if your friend is a witch,
He's not my friend.
just do as the Lord says. You do not suffer the witch, you do not suffer the heretic.
I have been torn because I do not wish to just take a life without proof. I would not want that stain on my soul.
Well then, brother, I grant you absolution.
Oh. Truly, you are a gift brought to me by God.
And literally, I imagine that Goratrix is a bit reactionary to this, and Olga's just like, please, calm. Trust that he...
Goratrix is now just dragging one nail
Yeah.
on the table.
Just wait. Patience.
Oh, so delicious.
I mean, fuck. At this point, we should just let him. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, I'm going to.
We're going to. Just
But
have to wait for the moment.
I want to just dig this knife into this motherfucker so much.
Also, I just have to say, from a historical standpoint, I grant you absolution when he has not heard confession. That's not how this works.
That's not how this works. They have lost their fucking faith.
Oh, they...
Yeah.
You are talking a different part. These knights, not all of the Templars were as holy as they fucking claimed. Some were,
Exactly.
but not all of
These
them.
aren't. These are fucking treasure thieves. Yeah.
I mean, shit, they did the exact same thing in the Crusades, and the Crusaders thought they were absolved of their sins in a crowd.
After Gwen realizes she can't crack any of this, she's going to go out through the kitchen and then phase herself so that she walks through the front door.
Okay.
And then joins Olga.
I'll get up, bow to the knights, and go back over to...
May God be with you, brother.
Does Gwen draw a picture of the box?
She could also just describe it
Yeah,
very
I wanna over here.
quietly at the
Yeah.
table. They're close enough to the fire. They're not going to hear what you're talking about.
I don't want Goratrix to hear, fuck the guards.
Yeah. But I'll come over and I will saunter over to Goratrix and the ladies.
You son of a motherless goat.
Oh, did you hear all of that, my friend?
Of course I heard it.
Oh,
Just
You plan to offer me a sacrifice.
such
No,
good ears.
of
No,
course
you
not.
dumb.
Bitch.
If you...
It is inciting you to
see.
do what you need to do when the time is right. First, let's see what was found.
Yes.
She just quietly draws it for Olga and Augustine to see.
And Olga takes it.
What is Snatcher doing? Are you still watching the room, Snatcher, trying to figure a way in?
Yeah.
It's going to
Well,
be
not
tough.
figure a way in. I'm just like, are they going to leave this room at any point?
Every once in a
Just
while,
so
you
I
have to
can
flatten
look.
against the wall because a guard gets up from the table, comes down the hall, and another one comes out of the room. They are
The thing
cycling
is,
people out.
The thing is, she doesn't just draw the object. She draws the room.
Yeah, no.
So,
I
Okay.
do. And she leans to Goratrix to whisper very quietly, I do not believe this is the grail you were seeking. I believe this is the Ark of the Covenant.
With that, I could tear Tertiorus from its fucking foundations.
Oh, Christ almighty.
listen, if you are hell-bent on taking this artifact from them, you must do it without burning the place to the ground.
Oh no. This place will burn. If it is what you claim it is, fire will not harm it.
I claim
If-
not what it is.
If a box with golden cherubs is common amongst the faith,
What better way to find out if it's real?
if you can promise not to burn the place down, Goratrix. You will have my help in your endeavor. But if you have to burn this down,
That
you will
shows
do it
you're
alone.
not as powerful as you claim.
Then
Then
I
you will do
ask
this
you,
alone.
open the front door and leave it open.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Do
over
not
to the.
stand in the doorway.
I'm gonna go over to the innkeeper. My friend, is there a particular cask of wine or mead, perhaps something in your cellar that I could entice you to bring up for me?
We do have some very nice wines that a trader brought through here a number of years ago.
Oh, I would love to inspect that if I may.
And as he goes down to get it, we're actually going to go to break right here, everybody, because this is about to get interesting. And we're
get ready
overdue
for
for break
fireworks.
anyway. So we will
Yep.
see you in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break.
Wild flipping of the hair.
Yep.
We're gonna flip the motherfucking tables.
So
Yep.
before the break, well, they saw an ambush that was apparently being set for them that was destroyed, probably by the Mistress of Gargoyles.
Mhm.
And then they arrived here at this town and had to stop at the inn because two of their horses were injured and went lame, which means they had to be put down. They're actually probably going to be food in the next few nights.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
the Dark Ages.
good
It is what it is.
Yeah, waste not, want not.
But while staying at this inn, they found out there were some Teutonic knights here. Knights that apparently are guarding something, a chest made of gold with winged cherubs on top. Wings tips touching. Both Snatcher and Peregrine got a good look at it. It appears to be the Ark of the Covenant. And after Augustine taunted Goratrix by having a conversation with these Teutonic knights,
And Olga trying to keep him calm.
they decided Goratrix isn't allowed to burn the place down, so he told Augustine to just go open the front door. That was it.
And as Augustine goes and talks to the barkeep, the innkeep, Olga and says, Gwen, get the door. I'll take the hall. And we just get up from the table and head in our directions.
Gwen will open up the door and walk the fuck out.
Teamwork,
You don't want to be in the
baby.
door.
Huh?
You don't want to be standing in the doorway for sure.
No,
Get
no,
out of there.
I'm walking
No,
out.
go.
I'm not
Yeah, get out.
standing. I'm
I know.
out. I'm walking.
Go be somewhere else.
It's windy night as you're out there, Gwen. Cloudy.
Hmm?
Suddenly, the hair on your back of your neck starts standing up.
The electricity.
The charge building.
Yup.
And then
Do you
there's
know
a
what this is?
thunderclap that deafens everybody.
The
And a bolt of light comes flying in through the door. Gwen is blinded. Augustine is blind. Or no, you're in the basement. You don't see any of it. Olga's down the hallway. I assume she wasn't looking, so she's not blinded. Snatcher, you are startled so much you lose your obfuscate at this point.
And the moment that happens, it goes pitch fucking black because I invoke Nocturne.
This lightning bolt comes through the front door, hits the knight at the table. Metal armor, all of them. All 6 of them become a giant lightning rod for the power that he just unleashed. All you hear is the sizzle afterwards of the metal that's been heated to the point of red hot, burning the corpses in the room. Now, the guards in the other room, this thunderclap is so loud, nobody can hear shit. The guards in the other room, they're stunned, and you can see them trying to scramble, but they're kind of at a loss right now because of the sheer noise of it.
At a difficulty 7, I got 5 successes on
Okay,
Nocturne.
so you, a dark cloud. Augustine, you're in the basement. You're still deafened by the noise. I mean, you are still close enough to a damn lightning bolt, but you're not blinded at least. And the innkeeper screams and runs out of the basement, just takes off.
Follow him.
And when you follow him, Goratrix is sitting at the table still, and he's sitting like this, just waiting, staring at the dead bodies. But he keeps cutting his eyes to the hallway, waiting for someone to come down the hallway.
Oh, they're not going to make it.
No.
As they walk through the Nocturne, they're going to suffocate to death.
And, well, you can't hear what they're saying because you're all deafened. But they're obviously saying something in the room because you can see in your own nocturne. And they are obviously saying something as they charge through it. Two of them make it through the whole nocturne field to come into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's...
see her because she's standing in the nocturne.
Yep, but then you can feel another blast as another lightning bolt comes through the door. This time, Augustine, you were upstairs. You can't see.
Yeah. And
Gwen, outside, you were already blinded by this bar light. It doesn't, no more effect on you. You can't already see anyway. You have to wait until your eyes can readjust to the fact.
I'm going to walk to the room to check to make sure they're all dead. And if they are, I drop the nocturne.
Okay.
Which you see Snatcher standing in the middle.
Yeah, Snatcher's sitting there holding his ears because, I mean, that still hurt.
And she just looks at Snatcher, waves him in, grabs one end of the fucking...
Now, you are vampires. Your hearing is deafened at first, but you are not human.
Our recovery is
you
good,
can
I'm
all
guessing.
do one rouse check to heal your ears immediately.
Yeah,
this is not an aggravated wound. So one rouse check will let you restore your hearing as you de-rupture your eardrums.
I got a little
I'm fine.
hungry.
Hungrier.
Yeah, you've got a lot of blood pool. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
And
there are nights here to drink.
Well, no, they're all dead.
Dead.
I mean, they might be a little bit toasty, but
If you want to drink dead blood,
Mm.
and you hear
in a pinch.
you heal your ears to hear a bell ringing in the center of town.
And
It's
I'll
pealing
help.
very loudly.
And I'll help Olga with the arc.
It is heavy as fuck.
I'll use as much potence as I have, which is my 2
I will
dots.
surge my fucking strength.
Oh,
This
there's
is
that
a-
too.
I mean, it's gold. It's a couple hundred pounds.
And the lid looks secure, right?
Well, kind of.
Oh God.
Because as you lift it, the lid slides a bit. And it appears to have ivory tablets inside.
Oh boy.
For a second, Olga, you hear Snatcher say in English, bollocks. Oh, we're fine.
I look and say, let's shift it back in place.
Yeah,
We'll shift it so
also-
that the lid slides back where it is.
let's shut this shit before we take it out of the room.
And as you come back, Augustine, you see Goratrix get up. He walks down the hall to look at what Olga and Snatcher are doing. Gwen, are you still outside or do you come back in?
She comes back in.
You still got a slight after image of a bolt
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
but he stares at what Olga and Snatcher are carrying with his head down. Then he shakes his head and he bolts for the door.
Coward!
I mean, he's going right into Gwen like, what are you
Give
doing?
me dex athletics.
Yes, death and access.
Yeah, Death Athletics. Man, bringing it back. It's been a while since we've heard that one.
I had to put that in there. Give me dex athletics.
Um,
We're going to do an opposed roll here, or opposed roll.
Death and axes. Good. I'm searching death.
The moment I see him book, I'm gonna summon as many arms of Aramin as I can to just grab him.
Gotta always roll death athletics. I mean, come on, that's the best roll ever.
I'm gonna surge a manipulation.
Also, with him taking off, it shows that it's not as valuable as he thought it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Okay. You manage to get in his way and he slams into you.
Going somewhere.
It's too late now. You stopped me.
Of course I did.
And as Snatcher
That's my
and
job.
Olga come in the room, Augustine, you're beginning to wrap arms to hold Goratrix when
Wow.
the
One
room
arm.
gets darker. Not in the same way you do it, just darker.
Oh, come on now.
And then A figure appears in the room in a cloak, looming. It's got a lanky, kind of blonde, straggly haired man beside him and a woman on the other side of him. This man standing there, his arms and legs are not even fully developed, it looks like. But the head that peeks at you from under the hood has no mouth. Just a pallid face of inhuman nothingness with piercing dark eyes. And you hear Goretrix just whisper, barely, Tremere. And then he looks at you. Tremere looks at each of you. And as he does, you feel his eyes burn into you. Then you feel your insides burn as if filled with acid. You feel your blood heating up, almost as if it's boiling. Everybody give me a courage roll. Difficulty 8, please.
This fucking asshole.
Yeah, we thought Goretrix was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll power that.
That's 3 successes.
3?
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
2?
No, 2 successes.
2? 2? Somehow you manage to resist running in terror. Then you feel your skin begin to melt, flay off your bones. You even feel your bones begin to shatter. The ears burst, pressure building up, eyes bursting. Feel the blood being pinned and pulled out of you by the weight of mortality as you're sinking, dying to the ground, your undead essence pulled from you, destroyed in but an instant. And as this agony builds, suddenly, through it, you feel white-hot contempt and the powers that are destroying you, killing you right here in this moment. You can't even make a word due to the pain that comes hurting so much. Suddenly, the pain ends, and you kind of lethargically come back to consciousness and realize you haven't moved. Tremere's just been looking at you. Though you still have the memory of this pain, the ache in your bones, you feel as if you've been pulled apart, crushed, and then reassembled after being found wanting. And Tremere still just looks at you. Then his eyes cut to Goretrix and his shriveled arm gestures. Follow me. And you see Goretrix take a stumbling step. Augustine, your arms are gone, lost in the process. And you can see he's trying to fight it, but he can't. He stumbles towards Tremere. As Tremere walks through the room, none of you can stand against him. Even Peregrine, who was in the doorway, moves without thought out of his way. And as he steps out into the air, he looks back, looks at each of you, and then looks at the man with the blonde hair. Ask their price, Atreus. Pay them. And you see him bow, the shorter man bow. And then Tremere just disappears, with Goretrix and the other man next to him gone. Or the woman that was with him. They're all just gone. You should
never want to go through that again.
You should feel privileged. He did not kill you, though you are on Tremere land.
Not by our choice. So,
my master commands me pay you. What is your price?
I see the smile on Gwen's face. We have brought our commerce negotiator with us.
Then she could speak. You have done a great service to us by bringing her wayward brother home. Though I dare say he has once again caused problems.
I'm sure that's a common occurrence with that one.
Our master will deal with this.
Certainly.
Name your price, and if I can pay it, I will.
She'll look to everyone to see what their price is.
Snatcher's just looking at the floor right now.
You are aware of the thing that causes the weather patterns we are having?
The creature of the earth.
Yes.
Yes.
We are actively working to do things to subdue it. It will require a brief hospitality in Seoris. Can that be arranged?
No. But if you wish to have something done, show me what you wish to have done. And if I determine it is not a danger to the fortress, I will do it myself.
The architect himself has requested this.
I've heard legends of him.
He is worthy of every one.
I will personally make whatever markings you think it needs made, provided it does not damage the defenses we have in place.
It should not. And she nods to Gwen.
She's already got it and handing it to him.
He takes it and looks at it. Interesting.
I can assure you that this will not hurt your defenses, nor will it hurt any of your fortresses. This is to only hand and bind the demon.
Yes.
I see the nature of this. It will be done. I will, personally, add these to the walls. You have my word.
Will you give me a reply when it's done? As I have given my word
Yes.
to the architect?
I dare say, once we conclude this business, it will be done tonight, once I leave
Nice.
here to return to our fortress.
Then I'll await your word then.
May I ask something?
If that is the payment you wish.
I would meet this Verstania, if that can be arranged.
I cannot speak for her. She rarely leaves her lair. But I
I put
will
my-
ask,
I
where
put my
may she
hand-
meet you?
On his shoulder, just like this big ask.
If she chooses to meet with you, where shall she meet you?
On an out-of-character thing, I hadn't actually considered that. Does anyone have suggestions?
We are staying the day here, so
Yeah.
we might as well meet here if she can do it.
If she... All right. Here, if possible.
I will ask. That is all I can promise. She is a full member. She is free to make her own decisions.
My request as one of the sovereigns of Belgrade is that if any of your clan decide to visit us, they show proper respects and do so with courtesy.
If they are of Clan Tremere and get the message in time, it shall be.
Excellent.
We will honor your lands, and all we ask is you honor ours in return.
Of course.
Courtesy for courtesy.
Agreed.
Any other payment required
I cannot think of anything at the moment, but I would prefer some favor to be called in at some time in the future.
Very well.
And I promise you will not be asking to be taught your sorcery.
He reaches
So
into
that-
his pocket and he pulls out, it's a golden symbol that resembles very close to the one that Gwen found on the mages. Take this and break it in half when you wish to call the favor due.
Thank you.
You will be contacted at that point. One left.
I think my friend has a great idea. I take a boon for a later date.
Very well. And he pulls another symbol from his pocket. The same applies.
Aye, I understand.
You have caused a disturbance here, though it is not your fault. It is the fault of my wayward brother. You may stay in this town for 3 nights to recover. Then you must depart our lands the way you came. Do not go any further into these mountains.
It will be done.
Say less.
We have
Thank
no
you.
desire.
You're kind.
As I said, you have done us a favor.
Magus Etrius, it was a pleasure.
Then I bid you good night. And he turns, and as he goes to step through the doorway, he's just suddenly not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a faint shimmer as he disappears through the doorway, gone to another place. Magic you've never seen before.
Where is the fucking innkeep?
He ran out of the building and is gone.
Okay.
He might
Oh,
be
wow.
back.
He's smart. Look
Yeah.
at that.
That one's got survival instinct.
Yeah, shit. Augustine, if you don't ghoul him, I might.
In Tremere's lands.
Fair fucking point.
You forget where we are, my friend.
Yeah.
But you still have what appears to be the Ark of the Covenant and a lot of dead bodies you've got to get out that are stinking the place up already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll start doing that. It's something meditative. And Snatcher's not going to be like rough with them. He's going to try and be delicate and lay them out.
Well,
See if he
Nocturne
could-
suffocated a number of them. The
Yeah.
rest
See if-
got electrocuted to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to see if he can find some people to help bury them if possible. Once he's removed any valuables, of course. That might have survived the lightning.
Hmm.
You do know that Templars take vows of poverty, other than the giant gold fucking
Yeah,
chest.
real vow
Yeah,
of poverty,
poverty.
there.
Sure.
Wow.
I'll believe that when they do.
Yeah.
Does anyone look in the chest?
Poor.
I'm going to take it back
Yeah.
to one of the rooms we secured to open it up.
Yeah. I want to look inside. What is in that?
Let's take a look, brother.
Does Gwen
This-
go with him?
Oh, hell yeah.
Inside, there are several ivory tablets carved with cuneiform writing. The cuneiform looks familiar to you. You've seen these kind of this kind of writing before.
Wow, it only took 2 other seasons to get back for the rest of this shit.
Yeah.
If it's the same, you have ways to translate it back.
No.
I'm going to touch them.
They are
Just
ivory tablets. You don't know, given the size of the ivory, you don't know what it was carved from.
Yeah.
That's a big piece of ivory.
Yeah. Is it ivory or is it bone?
It's ivory.
Peregrine, could you make copies of these tablets?
Of course.
Just in case something happens on the road to them.
Well, I'm thinking the first set we gave to Radu, yes?
Right. You did.
And that earned us favor with him.
Right.
What if we use these as a gift for someone else?
As long as I got copies of it, I don't mind.
Right. And not the chest, of course. The chest is a symbol.
Oh, no, it's absolutely a relic that we can put in our church. And whether it's real or not makes no difference. It looks real enough.
Correct. But the tablets, I'm thinking we can use to further our endeavors.
Indeed.
I say we find a skilled craftsman, so see if they can replicate it, and see if, put that in the chest and into the church, and we have the originals for any purpose we want to do to gain favor with somebody else.
Absolutely.
Because I don't think a human's going to go, oh, this isn't the exact ivory.
Yeah.
Right. No, that doesn't matter.
Aye.
The originals are what matter.
Aye.
Besides, they would believe that, commandments would be on a stone tablet, not an ivory tablet.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Radu has not done anything for us in some time.
Indeed.
But the Simitsi that we have dealt with the most recently, Micah Vikos, who is Snatcher's best friend.
That asshole.
You're so lucky Snatcher's not there.
This could be used to pull him into our gravity.
Aye.
To
You
make
want
us,
that, brother?
We are in Simitsi land.
We are. There are other Zamitsi. But you do what you do. I just know I'm going to make him suffer for the rest of his nights for putting me on this mission.
And
Question.
wouldn't it be so much easier if he was closer to us?
Of course.
Question, who's the highest of all of the Zamitsi?
Does Olga know that?
There is no highest.
It's just the Nez.
It doesn't,
Yeah, the Nez
It's the council.
doesn't work like that, really. I mean, of course, they likely have an antediluvian, as all do, but it is... The way the structure is here, you have... It's different. It's almost like when your people had the different clans. There was nobody over them, per se.
You mean the different chase?
Yeah, kind of. And it's like that, but we have the Nez, and they are generally a conglomerate governing, but there is no, head Zamitsi in the territory.
Okay, what I'm trying to actually get out is maybe, the head council. If we gave it to the head council.
We have
Instead of,
nothing to gain with them. We don't know them. But we do know Radu. We do know Micah. And
But
And
Radu is a piece of
I
sauce.
know.
And one of the things that
the
the
Prince of
Simitsi
Krakow.
value is competition.
Yes.
Hence why you'd bring Mike over.
Correct.
Ugh.
If Micah and Radu become competitors for our
Affections.
valuable affections, we stand to gain more than just funneling one Simitsi.
Yes.
I am learning, I think.
You are learning. Because I would not recommend trying it with the Prince of Krakow. She is an entirely different beast.
I
And
do
she
not
has
know
enough
her.
problems as it is, I'm sure, with her child, though.
So, it is a
Wasn't that
suggestion.
Hmm?
Wasn't that your former dometer?
Yes.
I
There's a
remember her
reason
well.
she passed me off to our sire, brother. She knew I would be too much at her throat.
Speaking of, that is the other alternative, is that we can give this to
I am not
Moncada.
giving this to Moncada.
the religious connotations that this has for him.
Yes, let him come visit to see it. He can pay
But wait
proper
a minute.
homage.
Very
Can
well.
you imagine what you two bringing this back to our city? What that's
Right.
going to make him look like?
This is
amongst
why
the faithful?
I would rather give this to Micah than to Moncada, but if we don't want to
He
give
can
this
come
to,
see the relic himself and pay homage to it.
and reestablish his bond. Yes,
Of course, you know.
Of course.
You are learning slowly, brother. There is a way to manipulate our sire to where he thinks we are loyal and serving him in every way. And then he goes about his business again, and we don't have to deal with him.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning, right? I'm not a Catholic or Christian yet, right?
You're still learning. It takes time.
Good.
Takes time. You were pagan a long time.
Still am, thank God.
I know.
I cannot give you absolution without your first confessing.
Here's the thing. I never wanted absolution.
Forgive me, brother, for I have sinned. I have killed at least 6 knights tonight.
It is with a heavy heart that I absolve you of your crimes.
Yep, that's how most Lasombra view the church.
I feel the remorse.
So remorseful. Please forgive me.
Domini si Patro si Spirito Santo. Ah, shit.
Go with God.
You accidentally X yourself instead of crossing? Oh, fuck. No.
You got that. But she did do the Trinity. Yeah, she totally doesn't take any of this shit seriously. But
Yeah, mea capo, Chris is mea culpa. There you go.
so, yes, and we also have quite a few war horses now.
Imagine that. We can get home in no time flat.
Look at us.
Like 25
Yeah.
war horses.
Yeah, we have a whole herd of war horses now. Belgrade is about to get a boon. Yes. Yes.
So a snatcher buries the bodies, and you all deal with the events of this night, having met an antediluvian and shown just you can be disassembled and destroyed and not be disassembled and destroyed.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Oh, Alamoot's going to hear all about this shit now.
Oh, yeah.
This
They're
is
just
where
showing off all their sorcery to the Banu Hakim.
that wasn't even
I'm
sorcery.
I'm
that was
a
flat out
warhorse.
antediluvian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This
fuck
is
that
where
guy.
I think
not antediluvian.
this is where we end this episode. And I'd like to thank the players, you the viewers. They finally met Tremere, and boy is he powerful.
I'm just glad he's gone.
That too.
I got all the Tremere I will ever need off of him.
And I wonder what these tablets are and their importance
To the knights.
in the events
Mm-hmm.
that are coming for the ages to come. Everyone tonight, of course, gets 1 for being here, 1 for roleplay, 1 because there's no way in hell you didn't learn anything, and in a 4th. Everyone gets 4 XP tonight. You survived Tremere. And I will tell you, the book tells me directly, if they give Tremere any lip, any attitude at all, kill them. Just kill them. Maybe the next character they make will have learned their lesson. But these players aren't stupid. And if you want to join our Discord, pop over to our Discord. We cast this show from the Discord. All of our shows cast from Discord. Congratulations to the Mage cast that we just did, to the ones who were selected for the Mage cast, and for the guest players for the Mage, because Ravenous Archon over there is going to be doing a big kind of Mage game, so he's got a big cast of players and a big cast
And
of
a
guests.
cast of guests, too.
And, you know, it's important. And seriously, keep an eye on the Discord. There was some talk of some pretty cool shit before stream that you all don't know about yet. But now I have a mind to pull a Tam shoe on everybody. And I'm going to make a teaser trailer for a game that doesn't exist yet. Like he did with me with Wraith, with Shanky's Obligation. Not many of you saw that, but some of you might have. I'm going to do the same thing for this just to tease the community a little bit. It's going to be some big shit, trust me. So join us on our Discord. You get to see all that kind of stuff. If you want to catch some back episodes, pop over to YouTube. You can catch all of our Dark Ages. Hey, this is episode 5 of season 3. We got 2 seasons before this one. And God knows how many seasons ahead of this one. And these players were going into this session going, man, I don't want to fucking deal with Tremere. This is going to suck.
Fucking king of plot armor.
But they had a good time. Antediluvians always have plot armor. They're
He's not
antediluvian.
antediluvian. antediluvian. He wasn't here before the flood.
He has the power of one.
Doesn't matter. He's still not one.
He has the power of one.
Gen.
The unfortunate thing is he's
just a third gen.
He's just a third gen.
It's okay. He's a
fucking wannabe. Okay.
He's just a third gen.
He's a fucking wannabe antediluvian. He doesn't have the age. Okay.
It's also ironic that we are all 7th gen bitching at him like that.
I know.
He doesn't have the age. You know,
look at us being anarchs.
Finesse comes later. Right now, he doesn't have the finesse, but he has a big damn sledgehammer he can hit you with.
He does. I'm not saying he ain't powerful.
So
I'm not saying, but he's still not an antediluvian.
He's still of the same gen. He's close enough. So yeah, catch our back episodes of this. We got Kansas City. We've got Wraith, Demon, Changeling, Werewolf, Mage. Dear God, we got a lot of World of Darkness. And then we've got non-World of Darkness stuff. So check out our YouTube. If you want to see some Call of Cthulhu or D&D 5e, pop over to Ishville. That is where Dr. Tiss posts her episode. And you'll be able to watch her streams there. They get up to some hijinks. You know, the game where Tiss tries not to let them have explosives, because if they did, they would have blown up London by now. Call of Cthulhu. Enough said. If you want to get some merch, get you some studio merch, pop over to our merch store. There's studio merch. We don't have anything for Dark Ages yet, but we'll get to that. We're behind on a lot of things we got to get for the studio, for the merch store, like our posters and stuff, but we'll get to them eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. You know, we have day jobs, unfortunately. I wish we didn't, but we do.
And multiple streams. So.
Yeah, and multiple streams. You want to get some amazing content creators, like over here, down here. Wait a minute. Over here. There you go. We'll get to them in a minute. I always let them do their thing. So you know, bits and donations go to the players. Thank you. I forget the name already, but thank you for the bits and donations you gave earlier. I'm sure the players appreciate it. We give those to the players as a way for you, the viewers, to thank the players, because, you know, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into this. And I mean, these costumes and everything, there's expenses to this. And if you want to give to the studio, subscribe on Twitch. Twitch will take half, because of course they fucking will. Or you can pop over to our Ko-fi. If you go to our Ko-fi, they don't take half. Or if you watch on YouTube, here's a free way to support the studio. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon.
That bumps us up in the search algorithm on YouTube. So it's a great way to give free support, especially if you would comment and engage with the video. It doesn't matter. It can be a brief damn comment. Seriously.
And that gets us higher on it. And I'll be fair, right now we get a lot more, over time, we get a lot more views on YouTube than we ever do off Twitch. So all that helps us, and the dedicated community that likes to comment and watch the videos on YouTube, all that helps us out. We don't make a lot of money at this, trust me. When I do the taxes, I will be posting State of the Studio, and you'll find out how much we lost again this year, because this is not a money-making endeavor for sure. It costs a lot. Okay, now my wife can give the schedule for everybody, and then we'll let everyone talk about where you can find them.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Season 3, Episode 5 of Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages, The Transylvania Chronicles. And coming up over the next week, we have Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is now Eastern Daylight Savings Time. It will be Kansas City, A Domain Divided, Season 2. Yo, it's going to be Episode 6. Yeah.
Speaking of antediluvians.
I know, right? The fucking eldest is in Kansas City, y'all. The Zamitzi antediluvian. And has its eye on Cat. It's like, motherfucker.
This is this is the month of antediluvians.
Antediluvians.
Not anti-NT.
I know, but I still say.
I know, antediluvians. Just fuck the flood.
It's an anti-diluvian, okay?
Fuck your flood.
Fuck your flood. Yeah, I wasn't there. But anyway, that's at 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. And then Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, because the UK has not switched to daylight savings time yet. Join Tiss and her crew of amazing investigators in Victorian London as they play Call of Cthulhu 7e, London Esoteric Society. They do all into sus-ass shit. You want to join them. And literally, I've been promised by Tiss that she's going to increase the cheese murders and the bodies buried in the garden. So let's hope that's happening Saturday. So yeah, that's it. And then, of course, we'll be back here on Wednesday.
I don't know how many episodes we're going to have this season, but we are getting closer and closer to the end. They just have one more thing to do before we wrap up the year 13-14.
Mm-hmm.
So
next week might be the season finale.
Might be, or it might be the week after.
Or it might be the week after.
I will be honest with the viewers.
Home.
I don't think we'll make it past episode 7 this season.
Yeah, we might
before we end
it. Return home.
Yep. Season ends when the story is told. That's how this works. So let's go around the table. Junie, down there in this corner down here, what you got going on?
I'm alive. Thank God. I passed this. Jesus Christ. You know how much I wanted to eat from here? Oh dear. You guys can find me, Gina Vanish, anywhere on the internet because I live there because fuck the real world. My own channel I am going to be back on because we finally wrapped up our Chicago Last Breath. Last week was our season finale, but you can also find me here. You can find me also on DC by Night, which is on Roll Call. And of course, on this fine gentleman's station when he gets back, you'll see me on 7C, which is a great segue to Ravenous.
Over here, Ravenous Archon. Tell people we can find you.
Oh, hi, everybody. I have my own channel here on Twitch where I do TTRPG stuff. It's been on a break. Some shit happened that I couldn't control. And so we'll be coming back sometime next week, I think, or the week after, if I get the green light for my follow-up. But normally I do Mondays for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. Tuesdays I split up between Werewolf the Wild West and Legend of the Five Rings. And Thursdays I do 7C and Old Gods of Appalachia, which I'm excited to get back to because we just started. So loving the system.
I heard a rumor there may be some mage planned over here on McStabber Studios that you'll be in, and maybe even something else, something super secret, double secret probation type shit going down.
There are things happening. I don't want to say anything until I see a trailer, teaser.
I will be working on that this weekend.
Mage is coming next month.
Yep.
Mage is coming. And as soon as I get some time, I will get ready to post the casting call for
Dune,
for season 2 of Dune.
Gives me enough time to print the armor I need because I got to start printing.
Yeah,
I bought 3 kilograms of filament. I'm going to be printing me some armor, baby.
I'm gonna take advantage of that little break you guys have between Kansas City seasons.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
So as always, when we end these streams, everybody, mental health. It's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. I want you to take your mental health seriously. I want you to take the mental health of others seriously. Please reach out to those around you and check in on them, make sure they're okay. A lot of people are not okay. And sometimes it just takes a kind word, gentle voice, somebody showing you care to get somebody off that ledge that they happen to be on and be a lifeline that they need. And if you suffer from mental health, first of all, I want you to say it's okay to not be okay. But you need to reach out to your own support network. And if you feel you don't have one, because I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable reaching out to those around them for whatever reason. In chat's a list of numbers. You can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There'll be someone on the other end of the line who is a professional who will help you out and talk you through and guide you through the issues you're having. Because let me tell you something, everybody, mental health is health. And if you're watching this on YouTube or you're not in the U.S., go to findahelpline.com. If you go to findahelpline.com, you can go there and you can find out and get the information you need. So, and I forgot to do this. Yes, Snatcher, where can they find you?
I'm on a small independent studio called McStabber Studios. You may have heard of them. And I am the storyteller for Changeling the Dreaming over there. Mm-hmm. And yo, I got plans for season 2.
And that is coming in June.
I've been so stuck, and I finally figured out an angle to push. It's great.
So there you go. And now we've done that. My wife can give her portion of the outro as we end this stream.
All right. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us tonight. And please do take care of your mental well-being. Also take care of your physical well-being. I'm McStabber. I'm a registered nurse. I've been one for quite a long time at this point. Yeah, the burnout's real. But anyway, so yeah. And make sure you get your vaccines because COVID still kills people. And long COVID is not fucking novel. It is not a fucking joke. It literally causes serious fucking problems. Please get your fucking boosters. Get your flu shot because flu also hospitalizes and still kills people, y'all. It's never gone away. So yeah, please get that. And make sure like you get your tetanus shots, things like that. You know, vaccines that you need. Make sure you're up to date on. And also make sure you're getting your physicals, getting your sick checks when you need them, that kind of stuff, because it's important to actually get the care you need. Listen to your bodies. Take care of yourselves. Be around for a long time so that you can keep enjoying more of our freaking stories and playing with us, because a lot of our viewers are actually also players. So we love y'all. So please take care of yourselves. And I also am a political as fuck woman. And I'm going to tell you, make sure you are registered to vote. Make sure that you are participating in your primary elections in your state if you are an American citizen. Seriously. And if you're in other countries, make sure you vote there too, because it's important, because fascism is on the rise fucking everywhere. Literally, you got to make sure that you are registered to vote, that you participate in elections, even if they seem unimportant, because they all are important. And make sure that your registration, if you have one already, check it. Make sure it's accurate. Make sure the party affiliation is accurate. A lot of states have closed primaries, and we still have a number of primaries going to happen over the next few months. So please make sure that your registration is accurate. Make sure it hasn't been purged from the voter roll purges that happen. Literally, some states will use tactics like that, like changing party affiliation or removing registrations as a tactic in voter suppression. Make sure you're able to vote. Said with love.
And I do thank everyone for coming. It's been a wild night and a wild season. What's next? They've got one more job to do. They just don't know what it is yet. But I do thank everyone for coming. Good night, everybody.